It's TJ McKinley Podcast, episode 34. We say we're going to how you want, wherever we're going. I got a special guest on today. I know it's been like a week or two. I had to take me a mini break, but we back. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
My name is Christian. I go by KFC on Twitter. Big Browns fan, big Kentucky fan. So, I'll always be trolling on the X app. So half the time you can't tell if I'm serious or not. So I like keeping it that way too.
Hey, man, y'all don't know. Well, y'all do know, my bad. Y'all do know I like to give my guests a ether segment, but they basically go off about anybody or anything sports related. We not censored over here, but I will say keep the cussing to a minimum.
I got
YouTube
you.
will block my video, but we not censored. So what you want to go off about?
Man, I'm tired of the hype on Tyler Shook, quarterback out of Louisville. Do not want him anywhere near the Cleveland Browns organization unless he is on the other team playing the Browns that Sunday. The dude is going to be 26 time week one hits. 26 and a rookie. Does that sound familiar? Brandon Whedon? I can't do it again. I'm sorry. Time that rookie deal would end, he would be 30, 31, somewhere in there, depending on that fifth-year option if you get him in the first round. And the dude he's only played one full season. I looked up the stats. He only has one season where he played over 8 games, and it was last year. Bro, like I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the people that want him because he's 6'5", 6'6", something like that, and can throw a deep ball. Kind of looks like Joe Flacco, just the size and the measurables. But I can't get behind it. I can't do it.
I know that this is a topic we're gonna have later on, but let me ask you real quick: what position do you want the Browns to draft?
Oh, I need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. Everything's gonna be built off that, but where we go at in this draft, I'm not 100% sure.
Y'all feel like I don't want the Browns to pick up Shador. I feel like, but I know the Browns. You know how they always get the most hyped up quarterback: Johnny Manziel, Baker, Tim Couch. They just always want to get the most hyped quarterback coming out instead of getting like I want the what's his name, Cam Ward from Miami. That's what I want.
Well, he's probably going one though.
You said what?
He's probably gonna go one to the Titans, most likely.
Yeah, they need a quarterback too. They might start Vince Young, Steve McNair era again. That's what I can say about the Titans. They always get the bruh at quarterback, and then it's like everything else just falls. Like every decade, they'll draft a black quarterback, and then it'll just be like everything else just fall in line. Like I mean, it's good they drafting the Browns, but let's just be honest. They drafted Steve McNair, then Eddie George, bam. They drafted Vince Young, Chris Johnson, bam. Now they about to draft Cam Ward if they get him.
Yeah.
And whatever running back they get, they always draft the running back the next draft class. Or they might trade their draft pick. Well, the second one. Now, of course, they ain't crazy trade the first one, but they might go get the boy from Boise State. That's how they do, man.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
So let's segue to the first topic since we talk about the draft. What's all the positions you believe the Browns need to draft?
Oh, let's see. Do we have time? No, definitely quarterback, 100% running back. I mean, even if you bring back Chubb, which I hope they do, you still got to get a running back in this draft class. Another tight end, wide receiver, and some O-line depth, possibly a tackle, maybe if you get him in that second round. Because I just don't want to see a tackle with 2. Like that's one thing that would probably upset me the most, getting on a tackle at 2.
Like Joe Thomas.
Yeah, mostly offense though. Like most of the offensive positions.
I feel like we had the best secondary in the league for like a year or two, and now I feel like I don't know what you think happened to the Browns secondary.
I think last year, the defense it just kind of fell off just due to constantly being out there on the field. Like, I mean, when your offense isn't making drives, isn't pushing the ball down the field, isn't converting on third downs, and constantly just going 3 and out and throwing your defense out there within like a 4-minute span, I mean, stuff like that's going to happen. And I think that the defense was just tired, at the end of the day, when you're putting all your work and hard effort into playing defense, getting these stops, keeping the game close, keeping these teams low scoring, and then you run off 5 seconds later, you're going back on the field because the offense can't convert. So I think a lot of that had to do with it.
Yeah, I believe the problem was, I feel like when we was the number one, number two, because we was going back for, we was like top 3 defense. And then when Deshaun Watson and Chubb was semi came back, I feel like the Browns defense got comfortable. Like, okay, well, we know we had to turn up because they was out. But now that Deshaun Watson back and, Nick Chubb and Amari Cooper at the time before he got traded, now we can chill. I feel like it's like a psych thing with them. It's like, you know how Ray Lewis was always good.
Yeah.
That they didn't have a quarterback. Even like, because we not about to act like Joe Flacco's that dude. I hate Browns fans. We're going to talk about that later. But we not about to act like Joe Flacco's carrying that team. But I feel like once that's why the Ravens defense is so good, because they offense was just trash. They always had a running back.
Well, those Ravens defenses, they had dudes on each level. Like, I mean, you had T Sizzle on the front, you had Ray Lewis in the middle, and then you had Ed Reed commanding that secondary, and then Jimmy Smith out there, DB. Like, I mean, those Ravens defenses were insane in the early 2000s.
What's his name? God. I call him God. That's the
hello, Deonda.
Yeah, the D tackle. Yeah. And then you had McAllister. Man, that's just...
Yeah, dude. Like, you don't see defenses like that anymore. Like, I mean, every one of them. Like, I mean, you had hard hitting defensive players on each level, man. Like, right up front, like you said, you had Haloti Ngata, T Sizzle. Like, I mean, if you're running the ball, I mean, you got to run right at them dudes. And if you get past them, you've got to answer to Ray Lewis, arguably the best linebacker ever. And then Ed Reed, top 5 safety.
I feel like the problem is the game done became so offensive. It's like, back in the day, people watched more because you had to have a good defense. Even if the offenses were trash, your defense had to be stacked. Yeah. Then the mid-2000s hit, then they start coming with them Brady rules, because let's keep it 100. Then with the Brady rules. They start coming with the Brady rules, and then all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill throwing the ball up in the middle, catching it
Well, I think some of that's also, like, if you notice, like, the linebackers ain't what they were. Like, mid-2000s, like, your linebackers were, like, 6'2", 6'3", like, about 260. Like, I mean, they were a little heavier then. But now they're, like, getting thinner. Like, I mean, you got linebackers like JOK. Like, 10, 15 years ago, like, he's going to be a safety at that size.
Maybe, like, 200 pounds. I'm like, is that a safety? Like, is that a corner? Is it like a defensive scheme y'all running? Like, why is linebackers minimum should be like 230? That's the minimum.
Yeah.
And then they want to know why running backs be going for 1,000 yards. That's because you got what's the name for the Ravens right now?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry running over the D tackle. How you say
he's as big as a defensive tackle now.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy that the linebackers became the running backs.
Yeah, for sure.
You got Barry Sanders, a linebacker, dealing with Derrick Henry. Like, what you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much the game has changed. Just being a fan and, like, watching the NFL, like, just how much it has changed. Like even quarterbacks now. Like, if your quarterback can't get out and move, like, if he's just a straight up pocket passer, your offense is going to be limited.
I like that, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just changed so much. Like, you got to have, like, some speedster dude that can burn a defense over the top. Like, about every DB's now running like a subpar, like, underneath a 4.4, it feels like now. Like, I mean, you got Denzel Ward out there quick as all get out, keeping up with guys like Tyreek and just any burner.
Man, you got D tackles in the combine running at 4.5, like 350.
It's insane, man.
Now, of course, that's not in-game speed, but the fact that they running 4.5s and with clickers, clickers they at extra time. So imagine what they really was running, like.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. The game don't.
Well,
They don't change
in
the game.
past 2 years, you've had like wide receivers running like a bunch of them are running like 4.3s. And then you had Xavier Worthy last year who broke the record. So I mean, you got guys that are just moving all across. Like tight ends are faster now, linemen are faster, linebackers are getting up there.
Everybody getting up there, man.
Yeah.
So, what you feel about the? Let's start with the players.
Mm-hmm.
What you feel about the Nick Chubb sign? I know they signed Miles Garrett. Let's start with Nick Chubb. Well, I'm gonna let you go. What you feel about Nick Chubb being re-signed?
They re-signed him?
Yeah, they re-signed Nick Chubb.
They did?
Yeah, look it up. Go ahead. You got time? I'm gonna talk about it. So yeah, basically they re-signed Nick Chubb. Even though I feel like he's somebody been injury prone, but not for real. So they re-signed him and Miles Garrett. So I feel like the Browns still got a security blanket, I'll call it, on the offensive side of the ball. But in my opinion, come on now, Nick Chubb getting old. He injury
prone. Did they re-sign him today?
Huh?
Did they re-sign him today?
No, I think was that like 2 or 3 weeks ago?
I don't think they've re-signed him yet.
Let me see.
I know that they had mentioned like they were gonna re-sign him. I know like around the time Miles and all that, but I'm not 100% sure they signed him.
Am I true? We gonna Google. Okay, what about the Miles Garrett signing there? Cause they definitely signed him.
Yeah. I really like the Miles Garrett re-signing. Like, I did not want to see him playing for another team. I mean, he's arguably, well, no, he is the best defensive player this franchise has ever had. Garrett, I would say top 3 in franchise history. It's hard to put him above Jim Brown just without the championship, you know. Just whenever he gets that, then we can put him up there. But yeah, I'm happy that they re-signed him. Like, I mean, it's just hard to see the Browns being competitive within the next 3 or 4 years without Miles, you know. I mean, I know he's getting up there a little bit, but it's I'm glad to have him back.
I'm glad they signed Miles Garrett. Do you feel like though it was like? Do you feel like it's worth for him to resign, or it's more like he already know he never gonna win a Super Bowl, or he not even caring about the winning part no more?
I mean, when a team throws $40 million at you a year, it's hard to turn that down.
But he got, man. Do you feel like it's a lot of money being thrown at players though? I mean, I'm not mad at people getting paid. I don't count people's pockets, but
yeah,
you like some of these dudes getting overpaid.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's just a product of like the cap moving up. Like, I mean, kind of like the NBA. You remember like around 2016, like when the Cavs won the championship, like that offseason, like Timofey Mozgov got paid $16 million. Everybody's like, what the heck is going on? Now that's just like your average contract, like 16 mil per year. So, I mean, it's just, I think a lot of it's just the cap going up. And for teams kind of like in the Brown situation, Panthers, like lower echelon teams, they're having to overpay these guys, so they'll come there and it just kind of resets the market each year.
I had no idea what the Browns was doing with that. Man, then they paid Tristan Thompson. I'm like, come on now, that's a role player. Like, come on now, man. They paid him like he was Shaq or something. Like Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, everybody who get a Kardashian get paid. They like they be gatekeeping those. Like y'all got.
I mean, the year that LeBron left, I mean, Kevin Love got that big deal, like that 5-year, like $120 million deal, or 4-year, 120. It was kind of like past his prime when he was kind of washed.
Who got paid again?
It's K Love. Like that 2018 offseason.
Man, did you know every time it was trade deadline, he was fake injured?
Yeah. Yeah, he knew he was gone if he didn't.
I was so glad when they finally got rid of him. I'm like, it took y'all 6 years because Kevin Love's not putting nobody in seats. I don't know, nobody who's like, yeah, I'm going to the Cavs game and watch Kevin Love. Nobody. like you probably was doing that in Minnesota. Because
Like,
you supposed to be the next Kevin Garnett.
hey. You know you were hyped though when the Cavs traded for him. Because we thought we was getting T-Wolves, Kevin Love.
I ain't know who he was at first.
Really? You didn't know him from the team? Oh, dude.
I'm keeping up with the Minnesota teams.
No, he was averaging. I mean, he's put up 30 and 30 all the time. I think it was just more or less I was playing a lot of like fantasy basketball at the time, so I kind of knew.
You want to know?
Yeah, dude. Like I was like 12 though. Like I was 12, 13 playing fantasy basketball. So
it's just like when the Cavs first picked up Kevin Love, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know who he was. So I did some recon. I'm like, okay, don't might be balling. He's shooting the three. He's chubby. He was like Jokic before Jokic. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool.
He walks so Jokic can run.
I think it was like the first Magic game. I don't know. It was OKC the Warriors. Man, he went like 0 for 10, 2 rebounds. He's so trash, man. Who is the damn? He'll go off against a team like what was the sorry team at the time, like the Knicks or something. Like, he's got like 40.
He dropped 37 versus the Trailblazers that one time.
The Trailblazers.
Yeah, he put it up in the first quarter.
Like, dude, I'm like, this dude sorry. Then we get to the playoffs. All of a sudden, Kyrie got injured.
Yeah.
I think that was more of an ego injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They kind of shoved him on his knee, that one. But I remember that's why we all hated Kelly Olynyk there for a minute, because he pulled Kevin Love's arm out of socket. Like, anytime, like, still around, I watched the, who's he play for now? I can't remember. But whenever he played, they booed him. It was so funny.
Last time I seen, I think it was either Phoenix or the Hornets. He was playing.
It was one of them two.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah.
I just think he a modern day Matt Barnes to me. Like, he like an upgraded Matt Barnes. Like, he'll play some defense, he'll shoot the three, but bro, you remember they used to be. Remember them mid 2000s draft classes? How mediocre they was. They used to be acting like every dude was the next Jordan, Kobe. Like every
Ricky Rubio went one that 1 year. Didn't even play.
1 or 2?
He went. I thought he went one that 1 year for the T-Wolves.
What the hell was it? The point is, man, they was acting like Ricky Rubio was about to be John Stockton. I was like, oh. Now, I didn't know who Giannis was. I think people expect Giannis got the league. But
dude, I didn't know who Giannis was till he got good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it was like, what's his name? Markel Falk. Man, 76ers.
Oh, yeah.
Process. When with that organization, man?
They took him over. That was the Tatum class, wasn't it? They took him over BG or BI and Tatum.
Did they already have Ben Simmons, or was that next year?
I think that was the year after, or it might have been. Yeah, I think it might have been the year before. I can't remember
that. I thought they was about to take Tatum too. I'm like, oh, they about to take dude from Duke. Man, I'm watching. This is why I used to watch the NBA draft. Cause I don't. They took Markel. I'm like, who? Right, what? I thought y'all was taking the dude from Duke. Like what? Like, I'm like, he must be AR. Dude must be the next Allen Iverson. Man,
he's like 6'4", and like he had hops, and that was kind of around that time like Russell Westbrook was winning MVPs and stuff, and everybody was like, oh, gotta have that. Like John Wall was still balling, and everybody's like, gotta have that athletic point guard.
Yeah, then they went and got Ben Simmons. I'm like, okay, he must be Magic Johnson. Man, they had Ben Simmons like, he about to be the next LeBron. All he need is a jump shot. It's 2025 with a jump shot. No, you been still like saying the jump shot. And the sad part, he can actually shoot. I'm like, wait, is it a mental thing? Is it what? Somebody say you shoot the jump shot, you gonna have to run them hands and be in the locker room. Like, why you scared to shoot?
Bro, and then he sat out for like 3 years because of mental health and stuff. And it was just like, man, like you just trying to dodge haters right now. Like, I get it that first year, but 2 years.
I would gave him the first year. The other 2 years, bro, you getting paid $100 million. No, he waits after he got that contract. He out for mental health reasons. No, ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you was trying to commit suicide, ain't nothing wrong with you though. Like, but yeah, man. You a Cavs fan?
Yeah, for sure.
So what you feel about the Cavs just got they first 60+ win season since LeBron?
It's awesome. Like Kenny Atkinson's first year as the coach, getting 60+ wins. Still got a few left. I mean, it'd be cool to. I don't know. Can they break the record? I know that team got to like 66 back in 09, 10. So I don't know if there's 6 games left or not.
But they trying. They not risk it.
Yeah, I hope when this playoffs hit, like I hope it just wasn't a bust season. Like I do not want to be. I don't want the Cavs to be that.
The Mavericks are 06 lost in the.
I don't want them to be the Atlanta Hawks that year that they had like Al Horford, Kyle Korver, and Paul Millsap.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like I think it was 2015. They went like 60-something wins, won the eight, or had the 1 seed in the East, and it felt
lost to the Cavs in the conference finals.
Yeah, like the Cavs swept them or something like that. Like I don't want to see that.
The mid 2000s basketball was like a downslope for basketball. Like everybody, that's why I said they kept hyping on every draft player. They just needed that star.
Yeah.
Like man, that mid 2000s man. No, I don't want us to be the 06 or was it 07? I think the 07 Mavericks when they won like 68 games and lost to the We Believe Warriors. Yeah, okay.
Dude, I really, really hope they don't just like lose in the second round. Like I need a finals appearance. Like I'm cool if they go to the finals and get beat. Just get to the finals. Like I would love a championship. Don't get me wrong. But this team,
you think they gonna
do what?
You think they're gonna have us play LeBron on some media storyline type stuff?
Oh, dude, that would be actually kind of funny. The Cavs with their second chip. Beat LeBron. That would tarnish his legacy, kinda. I mean, he would be like 52 years old in the finals, but do you think?
No, go ahead. What you about to ask?
Like, do you think that would affect his legacy any? Get into the finals?
Not for real. I don't think LeBron really cared. I think LeBron be playing distraction games. I think he be keeping people distracted on his legacy, but I think he really at this point. He's just trying to make sure don't nobody do nothing, Bronny. Because I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but come on, LeBron, bro, Bryce is the better brother.
Yeah,
now, Bryce be ball. That's the younger one.
Mm-hmm.
Bronny, come on, LeBron. Like,
yeah.
Bron,
so, have you heard that conspiracy theory where LeBron's trying to start his own NBA, like his own like basketball league?
They've been saying that for like 10 years. He ain't the only one.
That'd be so funny if he started his own though. Like he drags out his NBA career to get all this money, starts his own.
I do think the Browns. I do think not the Browns. I do think the NBA needs to start a Euro League because I'm tired of dudes playing in. That's why college basketball is what they say, quote unquote, done. I can't say the other D word because you could be on some other stuff, but the done because you got dudes playing for 4 years in college. But you got dudes overseas who we ain't never even seen picked up the ball. Y'all be showing the same one game, acting like they just be like, yeah. You feel like that's a problem?
I mean, it's like Auburn. Can't think of his name. Like half their team is 25, 26-year-olds because that COVID year and injury years and redshirt years, and it's you got a bunch of rookie. You're about to have a rookie class full of like 24, 25-year-olds. It's kind of crazy. And then you got Cooper Flag. Do what?
25-year-old. That college basketball getting that old.
Yeah, like Auburn has a few. Tennessee has a few that are like 24. Who else has a few? I mean, there's quite a few guys that are like 24, 25 that just got those extra years of eligibility. It's kind of like football, man.
College football got dudes in their 30s. What was that dude from Oregon, the tight end?
He's 28, 29 or something like that.
Bro, you better have 2 master's degrees on that. Ain't no, you better not still be on your bachelor's.
They drafting for the financial advisors. That's what they're doing. They're getting them in the late rounds and putting them straight on the board.
This is what I'm talking about before we go into this next topic. Because we just talk. But y'all not about to act like LeBron carried that 09 team. Even though Shaq was post Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
See, Ilgauskas, Iggy, whatever we call him, he was balling. Ilgauskas, that was number 11, tall white dude. Y'all remember him?
Big Z.
Okay, Verjao was like he was like a Joe King. I wouldn't say Dennis Rodman, that's a stretch, but he was like your dirty player. He was like the enforcer.
Yeah. JJ Hickson.
Who?
JJ Hickson. You had him coming off the bench too.
Booby was balling. We talk about Daniel Gibson was balling. He was dropping 15, 20. Y'all need, who else? Mo Williams was dropping 20, right with LeBron. That's what a lot of people know. Mo Williams was balling too. See, they don't know back then it was a defensive game. It wasn't you good?
Yeah, everything good.
It's like new fans be trying to equate the game now to the game in 09. It was a defensive team. You had teams back in the 2000s, it was like one, maybe 2 scores. You always had the one superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And you had 1 or 2 players under there who would drop you 15 points. Everybody else was defense. We just haven't had the best defensive team that year because the Cavs like number 2.
Yeah.
But we knew LeBron was dropping 30. Mo Williams and Daniel Gibson 15, 20. JJ Hickson can give you 10, 15. Anthony Parker, that his name, he'll give you 8. Like you give Ilgauskas was dropped 15 too.
Yeah.
Like it was it was an 09 type team.
Yeah.
So for y'all to act like LeBron, y'all really believe LeBron won all 66 games.
Yeah. That team was that 09 team it had a lot of experience on it, no doubt.
Shaq wasn't doing nothing. I'm gonna
get
y'all that.
He was past his problem 100%. Like
he was remember Shaq on the team. I was like, oh, Shaq was on the team. I had to go back and watch some highlights. Like that's how you know Shaq wasn't doing nothing. Like how you fight with LeBron that don't nobody remember?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead, man. What's this next time, man? We done went up to some NBA talk. It's all good though. It's all good. Hold up. We even got to your school yet. What's your school again?
Kentucky.
He asked you a question.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on you were football, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get into the upcoming season, let's talk about the previous season. The season that just happened. What happened the previous season with the Kentucky Wildcats football?
Dude,
like what went wrong?
It was awful. It was some of the worst football I've ever watched in my life. It was pathetic, dude. 4-8, 1-7 in the SEC. Like it was pathetic, dude. Worst offense I've ever saw. It like honestly, it was the epitome of the Browns season last year. Like, offense just was not good at all. Defense was good, but just got tired. Like, I mean, it was just kind of the same. It felt like I was watching the same team play on Saturdays and Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, on paper, going into the year, like all of us Kentucky fans, we were hyped because like we get this 5-star transfer out of Georgia coming in to play quarterback, Bronk Vandegrift. We have our 2 4-stars that we've had a few years, Dane Keyberry on. Get Chip Trainin from Ohio State. Like, I mean, it looks like we're about to have a powerhouse offense. Like, we're getting ready to hit the ground running. And then come out week 1. I mean, you blow out Southern Miss. The offense looks good. Everybody's like, all right, yeah, let's go. Week 2, South Carolina hits. Dog stomped us. Came into Kroger Field, treated us like we was a middle school team. It was awful. Then you go to week 3. We play Ohio or something. No, wait, who we play week 3? I know we won that game. I think it was Ohio. Yeah, because Danke hurdled them. So we went 2-1. Then we went to Ole Miss, beat Ole Miss. That's why I'm not high on Jackson Dart, by the way. Is that game right there? Yeah, go into Ole Miss, beat them, have a top 5 win. And I'm like, we might be turning this around. We might be trying to make the college playoff. After that game, downhill slope. Nothing good happened the rest of the year.
So what do you think? It was the defense fault or the offense fault?
Offense, 100%. Some of the worst schemes, running plays. Like, I mean, couldn't get the ball out. Like, I mean, it was just week after week. No, it was Georgia week 3 because we about beat Georgia. That's who it was. We lost to them by like 2 points.
Y'all almost beat Georgia.
Yeah. It was right down to the wire, man.
Oh,
right down to the wire.
Week 3.
Yeah, week 3.
Oh, okay. So who y'all head coach?
Mark Stoops.
How long he been a head coach?
Too long.
Dang, it's like that.
15 years or something like that. 12 years, 13 years.
Been that long?
Yeah, he been there a minute. 2012, 2013 is when we started. 2011, somewhere in there.
Okay, at least he's consistent. Okay, so you feel like he needs to go now? Like,
yeah, he should have went last year. I mean, I'm gonna give him this year grace period. You know, got some new cats in there, but we'll see how it goes. No.
How would you say? What's his coaching style?
He kind of like once we got Will Levis, kind of switched to more of like a pass first instead of what we usually do. We used to like his first few years, and that's when we kind of became successful. Like, we had a few 10-win seasons, like competing constantly, and it was just like hard-nosed defense and just run the ball constantly. Like, we had Benny Snell, like he went crazy for us. And then you had like C-Rod and like, I mean, just pretty good running backs in college after a few years. And I mean, we just running the ball constantly. Like Lynn Bowden went crazy, ran the Wildcat quite a bit in 2019. But yeah, Benny Snell was a dog from 2015 to 2018. And then just like after Will left, you started seeing that decline. And then it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, what's the focal point? Like, I don't even know the identity anymore.
Okay, what would you say is the identity of Kentucky football team?
Who is it this year? Because it's all new faces. It's all new faces this year. Or what should it be, or what is it?
Okay, well, what you think it should be?
I think we should go back to running the ball constantly. Because that's how we were winning games back in the day. Take it out of the quarterback's hand. They do like a lot of play action stuff. See how it goes there. But I like running the football. I like having a really good offensive line. And that's what we were good for there for a good 3-year span. And like we had a thing called the Big Blue Wall. Because like, I mean, so the offensive line was pretty solid there for a minute. And past few years, it's just not been up to par. So
who you say was y'all? How many seniors did y'all lose this year?
Well, we're losing Maxwell Harrison to the draft. Deion Walker went to the draft. We lost a ton to the transfer portal. Like half of our offense, like our offense looks brand new, like whole new offensive line. I think the only people we retained offensively, a few freshman running backs and Jason Patterson. Then we got Josh Caddis coming back. I'm trying to think of all the people that are coming back. We kept a lot of our defense because our defense was good. Exactly. I think we were top 5 up to like week 7 or 8, and then that's just kind of when the defense started giving up. But
so you feel like it's because of the money? Because obviously, you know, NIL is popular among college athletes. So you feel like that's why most of the players transferred?
No, I think it was just losing because like you go, so like Barry on Brown, Dane Key, their freshman year, we go, I think it was, so 2011, we went 10-3, win a big bowl game versus Iowa. The next year, I believe we dipped a little bit. We went 8-5. The next year, 7-6, and then last year 4-8. So it's just been like downhill. So it's just like not been what was up to par. And I think a lot of that was just locker room issues.
What y'all throwing them hands? Well, you weren't there.
No, like I know a few people that were connected last year, and they said some of the players were pretty stubborn, didn't listen to the coach, wasn't running the right routes. Like nothing was right. So, I mean, a lot was going wrong. A lot of stuff was going wrong last year.
What fault you think that be, though? Like, you feel like it be the coaches, or you think it just be something among the players?
I think a lot of it was politics with the money getting paid to certain players, and you had to throw the certain players out there on the field.
Oh, my God. So, the team turned to an NFL team?
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of.
Man, when I tell you college football about to be so different, man, all this NIL, it's like dudes about to be like, they about to think they Jay Rice. Well, I'm getting paid $20 million from this sponsor, so I gotta get the. I'm telling you, like, people was pushing for NIL deals for so long, it was like a good thing. But it's like you always gonna have that group. Dudes just be, they gonna be on some. Man, like
for sure. But at least the basketball program's back to what it was. So
you feel like the love of the game going down
for football or basketball?
But let's say any sport.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's coming money driven.
You feel like that's a good or bad thing?
It depends on their motives. Depends how they are when they get the bag. Are they going to actually be like, oh, they paid me all this money, I should work hard, prove I'm worth that money? Or are they going to be like, oh, they paid me the bag, I'm going to sit here and relax? I'm
going to go ahead and ask you this then. Which one of them Kentucky players I say declare for the draft, which one of them you think go get drafted?
Oh, Max will get drafted in the top 35, I'd say.
What he play?
He played cornerback.
Corner?
Yeah, he played corner.
Okay. Was he with y'all the whole time, or he transferred in?
He actually started at Ohio State his freshman year, transferred to us his sophomore year, and then he's solid, dude. Like, most of them wide receiver ones, Trey Harris at Ole Miss, when he was lined up with Max, Max didn't really play that game because he got hurt, but his shoulder, he had like infection in his shoulder or something like that. It was something with the shoulder, and he went out early. But 2023, go back and watch his tape, man. He was nasty. He was nasty.
I think him play before. What number was he?
You probably saw his 40 time because what was it? It was like a 4.28 or something like that. He was quick. Yeah.
Okay, I know 40. Who it is. I know who it is.
Yeah, but he's quick, man. And then Deion Walker's a big boy, man. He's like 6'6", 340 something, big defensive tackle. I could see him getting picked in the second, third round, somewhere in there. Last year, going into the draft, like, you know how they always do that, like early mock draft. Like, he was projected like top 10 at the time, because like 2023 he had like 7.5 sacks at the D tackle position, and then this year he was playing hurt with like a hurt back. And his stats dipped a little bit, so I could see him going anywhere. He's got that, like, what's his name? Jordan Davis for the Eagles. Kind of got that size, that build to him.
You feel like Kentucky on football got a good history of players get drafted?
Past few years, we've been putting some guys in the league. Like last year, Drew Phillips, Giants, played really well. We're getting some guys in there. Zadarius Smith, he was pretty solid. Joshua Hines Allen, let me say that, for the Jags. So we got some guys in there that are pretty solid. But as far as like pumping them into the league, like 5-10 a year, that's not usually I'd say we'll have 3 or 4 this year.
So, what do you believe is the problem? For oh my God, for a Kentucky player,
coaching, man.
What do you believe is the problem for Kentucky players getting drafted into the league? Like, is it like a media thing or what?
I think some of it is, but it's also, Kentucky's not the biggest football school. It's like, if we have a guy that's a star stud, like Wan'Dale Robinson plays for the Giants now. Dude went off his year at Kentucky in 2021. Like, had like 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns or something like that. Like, dude went off, and he went into the second round. And I thought he was better than some of the guys that went in the first that year. But I mean, he's a dog. I was kind of hoping the Browns would have got him just because he could have been that slot guy for us. He's quick, but yeah, I mean, I think some of it's media, some of it's just record wise, and just scheme fit. A lot of it.
Okay, well, let's not talk about the past. So let's talk about the future. What you think? What's your projection? Well, no, it's too early. How do you see the Kentucky? How you think Kentucky gonna do next year? So far with the team and all the changes and potential coach changes, what's the potential for Kentucky next year to be good?
See, I don't see him getting out of the Mark Stoops contract because he's getting paid like a top 5 coach right now. He's getting like, I think the buyout's like 30-something million. Kentucky just doesn't want to buy that out, and so I think it's just gonna suffer till that contract's over. Or it gets closer to a smaller buyout. Or if another team comes and gets him like they did Cal this past year. So one of the two.
Man, that seems like the best job to retire from is a college coach, man.
Yeah.
A head coach, man. It's like, hey, imagine you getting paid flat out. You know, some of them, they ain't getting paid all money. Some of that going to IRS, you know. But some of them got in their contracts where you really got to pay them $30 million. Like,
yeah.
You don't become a millionaire overnight.
For sure.
Because some people don't know, like when they get started, they get paid $1 million a year. They really only get paid like $350,000. Because most of that going to taxes and houses, and you know how they do. We gonna turn this into an economics class.
Yeah.
Like most of that is not going there. But when they got them contracts, when you got flat out pay them $30 million, man,
it's state, man.
Do you feel like college coaches are being overpaid?
Somewhat.
Like,
some are, some aren't.
Like $30 million.
Dude, I would go coach a team if they offered me a big contract for a few years. I'd get fired 2 weeks in.
I want to see what they do.
Well, I mean, I would say the NFL job is a little bit easier than the college because I mean you're constantly having to recruit, constantly having to keep your guys that are on the team for the next year. Because if you underproduce, like them guys are going to transfer on you. No matter how much money you're paying them, they're going to get out, go to a different school. So I mean, they're constantly having to recruit their guys on the team, new guys to replace the guys that are going to the draft, transferring out. Like I mean, it's a constant battle just trying to keep guys on the team.
You know what college about to do, right? They about to start having these dudes sign their freshman year, and when they commit to a school, they gotta stay a minimum of 2 years.
They need to. They need to limit the portal.
I just see it coming. If I tell dudes you can't transfer until your junior year.
Yeah.
Nah, I think because I know dealt with some coaches who be on some other stuff, so I feel like that's gonna be a bad. I think NCAA want to do it, but some of these coaches' egos be through the roof. Like they really be thinking they can walk on water. Like they really think.
Well, some of these schools, like in the SEC, like I mean, the towns are small. Like I mean, Tuscaloosa, Athens, Georgia, like them places ain't got nothing but the schools. And so, like everything that's in that town is because of those schools. And like Nick Saban, like bro, like him to Alabama fans, there's nothing better. And it's kind of nuts, but yeah. Some of these SEC schools are just kind of out there, like just random cities.
I thought they be doing that on purpose, though. Like they just be going in the middle of nowhere. Like, like I went to Mississippi State. That was in Starkville. When I tell you, it looked good. Like it's so like once you get past like the long strip and maybe 2 or 3 streets, open fields. Just straight out, ain't nothing there. It's open fields and backwood towns. Like it looked good. But no. What's Kentucky? Did you go to Kentucky?
No, I've just been born and raised here.
Is Kentucky growing like the state, or is it still like just wide open?
Lexington's growing pretty good right now. I mean, it's getting bigger. traffic's gotten really bad, which I've just moved up here and it's just insane.
Let me guess, this one the city growing, but not the roads. They ain't building more roads, highways.
Yeah, I mean they're building like out and like they're expanding the city. Like there's like a bunch of new stuff getting built because I mean there's a lot of like like not farmland, but like it's farmland, but a lot of horses are there just for them to roam on and stuff like that.
I feel like it's a lot of old money coming to Kentucky. I mean Lexington.
Yeah, for sure.
So, is there any like Wildcats, Kentucky news coming up, or any? What's y'all recruiting class looking like? If you know,
transfer class was I think top 11. So I mean we got some pretty good dudes coming in. We got some pretty good offensive linemen. We got that cat Alex Walsh. I can't say it, like Walshberger or something like that or whatever. From Bowling Green, he's a pretty solid tackle. He was like all MAC. Dude's pretty stout. He's like 6'8" or something like that. So I mean they've built up in the trenches quite a bit. I mean a lot of these dudes are like MAC school guys, smaller D1 schools that are, you know how they go, like the smaller school kids, they go to the big school and then ball out. So we got a lot of them cats coming in. And we got that Dante Dow from Nebraska. I'm hopped about him. Man. I feel like he could go for 1,000 this year.
What he play?
Running back.
1,000.
1,000 yards.
You standing on that?
Yeah, I mean he's coming in to be running back one. I see it happening.
Well, that's crazy. Well, you got anything else you want to discuss?
I think that's about it, man.
Well, yeah, as y'all know, I know it's pretty much short. You know, I'm starting to go an hour now, but you know, this around time people be gearing up for the draft. But Christian definitely gonna be on because we definitely gonna be talking about them Browns.
Yeah, for sure.
I already know how they think they're gonna pick up Shador. I already know how they think, man.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Shador because I feel like his personality is what it is. I feel like he would be one of the few guys out of this draft class, personality-wise, that could come in and kind of be a leader. Because, like, I mean, the other one's Cam Ward and the rest of them. Like if you get like Jalen Milroe, he's gonna have to sit. Jackson Dart's gonna have to sit. Most of these guys are gonna have to sit. But I think Shador, he could come in and start day one.
Well, go ahead and tell me they can find you at, man.
My Twitter is at KFC Christian. KFC Christian _. And that's where you can find me on Twitter. So you just see some stupid tweets if you follow me.
Any other socials like YouTube or Facebook?
I mean, you can go check out the podcast stuff. I mean, Cats Cut Podcast, my Kentucky podcast, and then Down with the Browns, Browns podcast. You can go check them out. Just type that in and it'll pop up.
Yeah, y'all go find them. Well, as y'all know, I know it's pretty feel like we was rambling, but we really wasn't. You know how we go here. We just talking. I'm just gearing up for the draft. I know most dudes they just waiting for the draft, so then content gonna be running out. Yeah. But y'all can Christian definitely gonna be on the post draft for the Browns. And so I'm gonna have a lot of dudes I'm gonna try to after the draft, see how they feel about their teams. Cause I already know Browns I'm gonna be roasted because I already know how they draft. But, yeah, man. TJ McKinley Podcast, episode 34. I know I took a week or two break, but we back now. Probably take another break to after post draft. I'm definitely gonna have Lysandra on for WWE if she'll come on. We're gonna have her on for that for episode 35. But TJ McKinley Podcast, episode 34. Thank y'all for watching. We say one, how you want, whatever you want. And Chris will definitely be back on. And thank y'all for watching.